Now, let's talk about this that we have going on, because what we have is actual compatibility. So your overall energy, as far as your crystal, we have the unikite, okay? And that is answered prayers. Okay, it's the color of green, so that's your prosperity. And it's also a lot of nature within this card. So that means the universe working for you. Okay, the natural forces of the universe, the divine actually opening the doors and providing support, and it's the support that you asked for. But in your shadow energy, you have control issues. Okay, this is like, I'm giving you what you want, I'm pointing you in the right direction, I'm opening doors, and you're not allowing the doors to fully open. So we have to be very careful here. But for some of you, the person that you're asking for, or even the person that you with, this is compatible. This is somebody understanding you. Even if it's not two fire signs, because it's showing up as two fire signs, but even if it's not, that person is really aligned with who you are, how you operate, how you move. Okay. You have the you're in your King of Wands energy. This is the card of Sagittarius. This represents the Sagittarius. So you are more on your fire side. You're going more for the passion. Okay, I did the Capricorn Aquarius reading, and they were going more for stability. Okay, so if you're a Capricorn, and you're on both sides, you may be going more with this for some of you. This is a prayer. This is a prayer to God, higher power, the divine spirit of, I want somebody who understands me, who, this is a person that's like, I don't really want a lot of lessons anymore. I don't really want those big teacher, student relationships. I want that person with that same energy as me. All right. So even this does not have to be a fire sign. You have to understand that this could just be their personality right now, their traits, how they're operating in love. This is what this is. You're operating right now in the Sagittarian energy. I want expansion in love. Okay. I want somebody who challenges me. Okay. But doesn't try to control me. I want somebody with, an attitude. I don't want somebody who lets me have my way, because the Queen of Wands is very like snappy and bossy, and she speaks up for yourself. So it's like, I want somebody strong. Okay. But I also want loyalty. Queen of Wands represents like that friend. So this would be like a best friend. Some of you have prayed for a best friend, but also a lover. But then we have some issues I see coming out in your overall energy of these control issues. I'll just put that here. The yellow jasper. Okay. Because even though you guys have this great compatibility, there is a challenge of power. Okay. You guys would naturally kind of go in the same direction. You both need your independence. So you understand that you don't have to be underneath each other all the time. You both have your own goals that you can focus on separately without another person getting offended. Okay. You understand each other on a passionate level. Okay. So that's the good thing. But power, I feel like, is another thing. Who holds the power over the other person? This is where you have to realize nobody has to be control of the other person. It can be just mutual. It can be aligned. That's just the structure of this. Okay. So the way that you're operating in love right now is, you're seeking for, more probably of a spiritual or a deeper connection that has some type of meaning. Okay. And the person on the outside of you, they're looking for romance, but they're also looking to be able to keep their independence at the same time. All right, so let's go here. So where you are right now, we have you where, we're not Yeah, definitely like friendship type of relationship, like friendship type of connection. It's naturally going to be that. Aquarius, I'm sorry, I did say Aquarius, so some of you may be coming into Aquarius, but like I said, it doesn't matter the elements. It just the personality traits are what you guys are honing right now. But just say a Sagittarius and an Aries is like a best friend relationship. Okay? It is. And that's where I feel like it's good, it's great to establish a friendship. But it's once you put that label on there, things tend to shift and change, and you got to keep it in alignment that we were friends first, and the friends is what got us to be more than friends. Okay? But right now, we're not seeming to be allowing of this energy. Some of you are not letting a friend in who wants to be more than friends. Some of you are not allowing them to do that. You're not allowing them to enter your energy more than friends. Some of you have a hint that somebody is trying to hit on you, and you may not really see that connection, but it really is there. That's why we have answered prayers. Like, the way that you want me to give this to you is not going to be the way that you receive it. Those are those control issues. It's either you or the other person. So you're holding in energy. You hold energy that you can really drop. All right? There is no real clashes here. I think it's just a dominant, submissive type things where this is a connection where there is no dominant, no dominant and submissive. It is an equal. This is what you call the equals relationship. Okay? All right, now let's go further. So where the universe wants us to be, look at that, the Hierophant. I'm telling you, it's it's what you asked for. Okay, there is great compatibility within this. It's just the way that, one person doesn't, or both people don't want to let it in, but it's true. It's kind of like you feel, you and this person, oh no, I could never, but this is everything that you would desire, and it's crazy, but we have this is how I want my type of person to be, but this is your person that maybe not that you want, but that your soul needs, okay? So they're wanting you to be in this union with this Hierophant energy, okay? And with Taurus energy, you may be dealing with the Taurus too, but in Taurus energy, it is a progression. It is something that takes time. It is a step-by-step process. Taurus moves step by step. This requires patience and understanding of another person. But what's easy about this, because I feel like you have prayed for more of simple. There won't be a lot of, twists and turns with this. They do have other signs and stuff in their chart, which, differentiate this. But I'm just saying it just won't be this struggle. It's, very go with the flow type of energy here. The challenge is the energy is up, but working towards it together, agreeing on this together. Because I feel like it's more of one person doesn't see it, but the other person really sees it. And they're trying to get in and they can't because somebody's trying to make sure that they protect, or keep them friend zoned even. Past energy, some of you have not really talked to this person. You haven't communicated with them. Like I said, some of you felt like they were trying to be more than friends, or you're just unsure about it and you haven't had any contact with them. Could also be a Virgo too. Because we've been away from this person. This person is either coming back around, and if they're new, I'm just telling you, it starts off it's the really friendly, I don't know, that's not a word, but it's a really friendly connection. It's passionate, it's lustful, it's beautiful, it's very playful, it's very joking, and you guys are not overly sensitive, so you can play around a lot. You guys are very comfortable around each other. It's that type of connection. And this stems from, like I told you, I feel like it was a force of the universe here. Okay. We have Aries energy. We have Aries energy twice. So that is saying there is a physical push away from something into something else. Okay. But it is in reverse. So we didn't like this shift, or we don't really have faith in this shift. Okay. So we're still not allowing this person. Could be vice versa. I feel like we come in connection with this person. There is some communication, but we don't allow it. We don't allow it. For some reason, we just don't see the same vision that the universe is trying to make us see. Okay? So let's see what's going on within your energy. Sagittarius, Capricorns here. And you know what? You are the cusp of prophecy. Prophecy is about having those visions and having those feelings of already knowing things, like premonitions. You must be ignoring that. All right, Sag Caps, what we got? These are like partners in crime here. You know, one person is interested. Other person, that's what I'm saying, because somebody is just discontent. And another thing that it's showing is security. There's some insecurity here. Somebody feels as though it's crazy because you both have this fire energy, but then there's still some hesitation. Could I go forward with this? Because somebody is of interest. But then, like I said, this hermit energy shows somebody, they're focused on what they want at this time. So it's like blocking out the other person. One person is it's like a physical attraction here. But somebody is trying to go beyond physical attraction, but your partner may just be physical attraction. You know, it may be there too. There's nothing wrong with the beauty on the outside as well as the inside. Somebody is trying not to be superficial, and it's kind of hindering you because your person is going to be very attractive on the outside as well. And that would make sense with the Queen of Wands. That's an attractive card. That means your person is gorgeous, fine, beautiful, handsome, you know, and somebody's insecure about that. Like, this person is way too much for me. I'm not on their level, or they're not on my level. And you can't think like that. You asked for this person and they're there. So there can't be an insecurity about when this person enters or if they've already entered. We have to look at our progression. So our progression, we connect with this person, but we make sure we keep a border between them. We keep a border. We may incorporate the friendship finally and begin to socialize and move forward with that person. But in alignment emotionally, it's unbalanced. And that's because somebody is just not 100% secure. It's like, I don't. And it may not be you. Like I said, it could be either way, but it's like almost like I don't deserve this person. And the universe is like, you deserve this person. This is what we've been working for. This is why we went in this secluded energy to find out what it is that we need and what it is that we need to fix. We went through a dramatic moment of change. You had this time by yourself. I'm bringing you this person back differently, or I'm bringing in a new person, but you have to be open and receptive to it. Okay? And you have to feel like you are enough, or this person has to feel that way. Okay? Yeah. So how to get over this whole situation is to release that old thought pattern. Like I said, it's an energy reading. Put yourself where you are, but somebody has to totally stop thinking in a certain type of way. Okay? And changing directions, honestly, is a wish not being fulfilled. The wish is here. We have the star in reverse if we go the other way, which means, first of all, it means you know, we're kind of ignoring the natural forces of the universe. Okay? But it's like a wish unfulfilled. All right. Thank you guys. Have a blessed one.